What's going on, you guys? Marvin Francois here, and today we're going to be talking about the Chase 524 rule and why it is super duper important for you to know if you're looking to apply for a credit card with Chase in the year 2021. But before we do that, take a second out of your day right now to just like this video. It does show tremendous support and helps the YouTube algorithm in terms of pushing this video out, and it means a lot to me, who's trying to provide as much information and value as I possibly can to you, my wonderful viewers. So please take a second out of your day right now to like the video, and without further ado, let's get this thing rolling. So what exactly is the 524 rule? So simply put, if you've opened up to 5 credit card accounts within the last 24 months, you will not be able to get approved for most of Chase's credit cards. So to give you guys an example, let's say within the last 16 months, you've opened 2 credit cards with Discover, another 2 credit cards with Citibank, and you opened up a 5th credit card with Navy Federal. You would now have to wait up to 24 months. This is 2 years that you would have to wait before you are now eligible again to go and get approved for most of Chase's credit cards. Now, if this is news to you, the way that it was news to me, you're probably thinking the same exact thing that I was thinking. Why on earth would Chase do this? And it took me a while to figure it out myself, but I finally got it. I understand exactly why Chase would do this. The reason why Chase implemented this move is because they're bougie. They're terrible people and they don't care about it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I wanted to fight the third uncle on my dad's side when I found out this information. 2 years? I have to wait 2 years, 24 months, 2 years. It takes 2 years to get an associate's degree. I gotta wait an associate's degree to apply for a credit card with Chase and get approved? Please, madness. Insanity, madness. So I have 2 problems with this rule. My first problem is clearly the 2-year thing. The fact that I have to go 2 years without getting any new credit at all is absolutely insanity to me, right? But now imagine you wait 2 years, you don't apply for no new credit, right? 2 years go by, you finally applied. Let's say you want to go get a Chase Freedom Flex card. You get approved, but they only approve you for a $500 limit. Now, for me, that presents a second problem. Reason being, because if I waited 2 years, didn't apply for no credit, just to only get approved for a $500 credit card with Chase, I'm gonna have to fight JP and Morgan. You understand me? Listen, I'm gonna save my blonde rage for a totally different video. Right now, I wanna get into the nitty gritty as to answering some of the questions you may have relating to the Chase 524 rule. The first one being, Marv, do authorized user accounts count towards the Chase 524 rule? The answer to that question is yes, they 100% do, right? So hypothetically speaking, right, just to break this down a little bit more, hypothetically speaking, let's say that within the last 24 months, you had 5 different people who added you as authorized user on each of their credit cards. You are now ineligible to be approved for a new credit card with Chase. All right, Marv, let's say I opened an account, right? But I closed it within the last 24 months. Does that account also count towards the 524 rule? The answer to that question is yes again. Even if the account was closed, if that credit account was opened within the last 2 years, it does also count towards Chase's 524 rule. So now another thing that you may be considering is, okay, Marv, let's take a step away from personal credit cards and now let's touch on the business credit cards. Do business credit cards also count towards Chase's 524 rule? So yes and no, all right? Yes, business credit cards do count towards Chase's 524 rule. No, not all business credit cards count towards Chase's 524 rule. According to the research that I've done, the only business credit cards that count towards Chase's 524 rule are Capital One, TD Bank, and Discover. Outside of that, you should be fine. So now another thing that you may be thinking about is, okay, you know what, Marv? Let's say within the last 2 years, I applied for a credit card account, but I didn't get approved. Does that also count towards Chase's 524 rule, right? So in a situation like that, since you didn't get approved for the account wouldn't show on your personal credit file. But what would show is the hard inquiry, right, of that creditor pulling your personal credit file. And in that regard, no, hard inquiries, right, that are from accounts that you did not get approved for do not count towards Chase's 524 rule. Also, one very big thing to note, only revolving lines of credit count towards Chase's 524 rule, not installment lines of credit. Marv, what's the difference between a revolving line of credit versus an installment line of credit? I'm glad you asked, viewer. Let me break it down. Installment lines of credit are things like loans, right? So student loans, auto loans for your car, mortgages, things like that are installment lines of credit, and those do not count towards the Chase 524 rule. So for all my people out there with student loans that's been sweating for the entire video, you can wipe your forehead clean, you're good, all right? So another question that you may have is, Marv, is there a way for us to get around the 524 rule? Is there some type of sneaky credit hack that we can use to wiggle our way, flex and finesse around the 524 rule? Do you think if there was some type of sneaky way for you to get past the 524 rule, I'd be making this video right now? Or would I be on the Chase website applying for 40 different credit cards at the same time? Why would you even ask me? You know how I feel about the 524. No, there's not a way for you to get around the 520. I didn't mean it. You didn't deserve that. I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. I'm still very emotional about this. As you can see, it's like 2 years, bro. Really, 2 years. 2 years. But now, just to close this video out, you may be thinking to yourself, okay, Marv, I appreciate the jewels. I appreciate the gems. I appreciate the information that you've given me today. But why exactly is this information also important to me? And the reason is because if you are looking to open a new credit card account with Chase, knowing what you know now about the 524 rule, you can now go over your personal credit file and one, see if you're even eligible to get accepted for a new line with Chase, and two, if you are, game plan to figure out what steps you need to take next to put yourself in the best position possible to get accepted for a credit card with Chase. So for example, in my own personal credit file, right, within the last 24 months, I've had 3 credit accounts that I opened recently, along with 1 authorized user account that I opened on my friend's credit card but was closed, right? So using what I know now about the 524 rule, I knew that I only had 1 slot left to apply for another credit account before I would now have to wait 24 months to get approved for a credit card with Chase. So I used my last slot, my final slot. I used it to apply for the Chase Freedom Flex card. And well, did I get approved? Woo!
Next question.
But listen, guys, as always, thank you once again for tuning into this video. And if you have not already, please do not forget to slap that like button, comment, and subscribe so that you're tapped into all new videos that are going to be coming each and every single Tuesday and Friday. Y'all have been good. I've been great. This has been amazing. And as always, 2 years. No. So you think I forgot? 2 years to apply for? No. We're going to talk about this because there's no way.